I'm the Big LG Doc Gallows, and you're watching the Wrestling Junkies. Boom.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by that handsome devil, the podcast dad. Choops, how we doing, bud?
Good, man. How are you? Sorry, there's something in my...
I'm doing all right. Happy Tuesday from the fact checker. I got to admit, I'm a little disoriented. Leave for vacation tomorrow, so it feels like a weekend. I'm pretty excited.
Here we go. Are you packed?
Halfway there.
Of course you are. How many outfits are you bringing?
That's not important. Why is that?
I know my actual wife brings about 20 for a 3-day trip. So
for me, it's not necessarily like, because I don't plan out every single thing I'm going to wear every single day. It's more of just I'm going to bring a bunch of t-shirts, and then just a couple of.
I have been on plenty of trips with you that you plan stuff out. Yes, you do.
I wouldn't say that I've planned stuff out for this particular one. All right, I've done just grabbed a bunch of t-shirts, a couple of swim trunks, jeans, good pair of shorts. I did bring a couple of button downs just in case we get a dinner or whatever. But yeah.
How long are you gone?
Until Sunday.
Jeez. A couple button downs. My goodness.
I feel attacked right now. I don't appreciate this.
Look, hey, more power to you. You've earned the vacation, my friend. Have some good times out there. Just don't do anything dumb. I know you.
So basically, that means rest of the week, yeah, we're taking the night. Unless podcast that, unless you want to, do something, have at it. You can find a fill-in host.
Yeah.
You sure?
If anything crazy happens, maybe I'll pop on for a spot show. But an Eric vacation also means a podcast dad vacation. I've already can't do tomorrow because that's already off the table thanks to my lovely wife. So maybe Thursday. We'll see what happens.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing. She's going to a workout class.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
That's what she has given up for me to do the podcast. We acknowledge you, podcast mom.
Can't argue with it. Happy Tuesday, fact checker. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. As always, find us on X, TikTok, and Buzzer at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, please do us a huge favor and subscribe to that YouTube channel, Podcast Dad. Hit them with that magic number.
It's just one. If you like what we're doing here, fun interviews. We got some fun people to come on tonight as well. So just hey, hit the subscribe. The table's back there. Pull up a seat. Come hang out. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, having a blast over here. Plenty of room at the table. Pull up a seat. Shout out to our friends at Turnbuckle Podcast Dad. That Turnbuckle Gold Patreon subscription is already paying off. We've already got an idea of what's going down on SmackDown coming up this Friday, and we were in the know about what was going to happen on Raw last night. Again, Patreon strikes again.
It does. Yeah, we'll talk about SmackDown.
We will. Follow Body Slam. We will not be over there tomorrow night. You can catch us next Wednesday. Follow our friends at the Scrap News. Yes, you absolutely should. Find the Wrestling Junkies podcast and some of your other favorite podcasts on the Hot Tag app. It's also a place to discover independent wrestling in your area, and you just might discover your new favorite wrestler along the way. And scan the QR code for our Pro Wrestling T Store podcast. Dad, before I introduce our guest tonight, we were supposed to have NWA National Champion Brian Idol join us. He had a bit of a delayed flight, so he's unable to make it this evening, but we are working to get that rescheduled for next week. So apologies to anybody that's tuning in to see him. But we promise we have got. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to focus my camera, man.
In the middle of my flow?
You're fine.
I guess common courtesy isn't a thing when it comes to your. Okay, never mind. Anyway, all right, I'm calm now. It's been a while since we've had these two on. They're two of our favorite podcasters, and we've had the opportunity to hang out with them live and in person and do more than our fair share of podcasts together. I mean, they're always two of our favorites to hang out with. JPJ and Pluggo, the Beards. Gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Where the hell have you been? It's been a minute.
We've been hanging out. We've been hanging out.
Listen, I've been trying to decide between this wonderful Eagles hat or this Cincinnati Bengals hat.
That one right there.
I can't decide. I can't decide because I want to please both of my two of my favorite people, but you know,
should I continue to be nice or should I be mean?
Apparently, I'm chopped liver.
I appease you every Thursday night with the hat choice that everywhere.
With your Lakers hats and your
Lakers. That's a. So
I hate that.
So I got which hat should I?
Lucas looks max in this offseason. Just found that out.
I know we have Philadelphia, but Boston and Philly don't get along.
I was like, which hat should I wear tonight? Maybe both for you guys.
We appreciate that.
Just the Eagles logo. The Bengals had to put the NFL on there because
to be fair,
they did the cheap pop.
No, this was some weird edition hat that they were all doing, and it just happened to be the cheapest one. I buy them very cheap.
Oh, so you got the Bengals one on sale. That makes sense.
It was on sale. Yeah.
He got that Eagles one on sale too. That's how he shows.
Mm-hmm. This one was a little bit more expensive, but it was on sale for sure. I don't buy anything at full price. I ain't no sucker.
No, the best throwback logo in the game. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. But we're super excited to be here to hang out with you guys. It's been a long time. We miss you boys.
Yeah.
What's new with you?
You're looking at it, man.
Eric's going on vacation, so that's good.
I am.
I know.
I'm relaxing a little bit.
If I could detour the show for a hot minute, Mr. Cincinnati, you needed some support. I am an overpacker too.
I am as well. I was
Thank you.
You got to bring a couple extra of everything.
You never know. I brought a full suitcase to SummerSlam with all sorts of clothing options. I brought like 10 different hats just to be sure.
I went to Montreal for Revolution. I was there for 2 days, and I packed for probably 5.
I want to hear nothing more from the podcast, Dad, about my packing habits now. He fits everything into a backpack, which is well and good for him. I wish that I could be that minimalist, but no, it just freaks me the fuck out.
Everywhere I go has a washer or a dryer.
Doesn't mean that I trust said washer or said dryer.
I hate doing laundry in the comfort of my own home. I ain't doing laundry at a hotel.
No.
I think my problem is I overpack because I'm fat and sweat at places.
The weight is a factor for me as well.
And then I'm like, what if it gets hot or cold? And then what if I'm not feeling that day? Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Looks like I lost the argument. Shout out to the overpackers. We love you.
Yeah.
How was SummerSlam? No.
Yeah.
How was SummerSlam?
That was fun. It was a good time. There's a lot of good content. Any of your fans, go check it out. It's up on Love Wrestling right now and all my interviews. But I had a good time. I thought it was a really fun weekend in terms of the product, but also all the stuff I got to do. It turned out to be, it was a long drive, but it was worth it.
How's the 2-night concept?
All right, I'm gonna piss some people off. I'm not a 2-night guy. I like the 1-night WrestleManias. I like going, this is what I'm doing on Sunday. I know that they shouldn't be 8 hours long, but I also have kind of the ilk that like that should be a spot. Like a WrestleMania should be a big deal. We shouldn't just be throwing things together just to throw things together. So I'm on board of the 1 night. So, but I had an okay time with the 2-night thing. It went by pretty good. And you automatically, when you do 2 nights of something, you go, well, was night 1 better than night 2? You're automatically comparing the nights. Yeah. So then you have a discourse no matter what. You're already saying one night's better than the other. So I'm on board with 1 night everything.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just the advocate of the 2 nights now because I did think that Sunday was better than Saturday, and it just kind of balances out the universe as far as good, bad, and just kind of a C plus B minus kind of vibe. But tell us about the city, man. I've never been to Minneapolis, so like I wanted to just how was the crowd? How the fans turn out?
The turnout, the fan turnout was really good around the stadium. The city didn't take over quite like Indianapolis or quite like Cleveland when we met you guys in Cleveland as well. But it still had some good stuff. There was indie shows throughout the weekend. I didn't get to go to as many as I would have liked due to the schedule conflicts that I had with what I had to do while I was there. But I did take in Warrior Wrestling, which was fun. But yeah, the city and the people around, just the atmosphere, it was a good time. That was Minnesota showed out for sure.
Oh yeah.
Good. JPJ, how was Montreal?
Montreal was a blast, man. Really good. I got to experience a few independent shows when I was up there, which was good. I got to go to Mystery Wrestling, which was kind of on my bucket list. Evil Uno's thing up there, which is kind of kooky and different. And Orange Cassidy showed up. The Death Riders showed up. So there was like some cool little AEW add-ins there that were very cool. And then I got to go to Orange Crush Wrestling and the next afternoon. So that was pretty dope. And it was a good time. Revolution was a good show. I thought wasn't to the normal level of AEW pay-per-views. I thought it was a slightly, AEW fast lane. I could call it that. But it was still a good show though. Obviously my perception of it is different there being live. But Maya World winning the title was great. I thought the main event was strong. You had kind of the Omega tease to the heel turn we saw last week kind of thing with Will. I thought there was good story. Like, it was still a good wrestling show. So it was a great time. And I got to hang out with like Joel Pearl of Fightful all weekend and help him with some cameraman stuff for his kind of media stuff that he was doing. So yeah, man.
Dude, let me get that name you just dropped and pick that right up right there.
Yeah, sorry. And look, that was my first time covering an AEW show. I have never covered an AEW show before, so got to go to the press conference. I got to ask Speedball Bailey Mike Bailey a question, which was pretty dope. So yeah, it's a good time.
It sounds like.
And Montreal Montreal is a fabulous city. If you've never been to Montreal, I would recommend it. It has a lot of history. There's a lot of like cool stuff if you're into that, and the nightlife, the bars, the restaurants. It's a happening city.
We got to get to Canada, bud.
Even though the Canadians are there, and that is disgusting. Not the people, the hockey team. Anyway,
my goodness. Always opinionated. I love it. I love it. That's why I love having you on. You at least have an opinion on everything.
Yeah, the people are wonderful. The hockey team, F them. So that's what I'm going to say. We have a saying.
Well, guess what hoodie I'm wearing on Thursday night, boys?
Well, we have a saying in Boston. It's called F the Habs, and that is how I feel about.
I think I have a Canadian hoodie sitting around here somewhere.
Look, I've made the rules very clear. I let you freely wear. I am from a town that if I wore another team's thing, I would get beat up by my friends. So it is what it is. It's Boston all day. I let you wear whatever you want. I have one rule. If you wear Yankee apparel, it is the last show. It's the last show. So that's it.
I'm going to second that.
That's it.
I hit a Yankees hat up in the corner over here show, the whole episode. And then because Ella J, our friend Ella J, was like, you should hide it and see if he notices. He never noticed. So I don't think
I noticed.
You didn't.
He released a fun piece of content like within the last day or so, and he's wearing a Yankee hat. And I commented on it, and I said, hey, great video. You need a new hat, though.
That's when you edit the video and just blur it out the entire time that's running there. Dude,
that's $7 Yankee hat ain't worth the effort to blur it out.
That is $6.99 too much for that piece of trash. Anyway,
I don't think you boys had us on to talk about my hat game. But
we had you on because we wanted to see your smiling faces, and it's been a while since we've gotten some mics up to the same table here. But let's switch over to the Graps. Raw is in the books. Got the early start. They're doing the double taping. I think kind of one of the bigger stories coming out of last night is that Royce Keys has returned, and he was not alone. OTM called up from NXT. It sounds like these three are going to be a unit. JPJ, I'm going to start with you as far as kind of your initial reaction to this return and kind of, where you think that this is going to go. You had some interesting theories that I'm ready for you to expound on.
Yeah. I liked it. It was something completely different, something unexpected. I did not have OTM getting the call up at all. Like, that was not even a thought in my brain. Not that they're not good. I think they are a good young tag team, but like, I did not see that coming at all. But with what happened to Royce Keys a couple weeks ago with Jacob Fatu and how that went down, I liked it. I liked that he didn't align with, they beat the crap out of everybody, which was kind of cool, leaving them all laid out. So it's like, okay, like, where are we going here? And like, you know, we're less than a couple months away from War Games. Do we potentially get a 3-way War Games match, or do crazier things happen? I know we're talking about exactly what happened last night, but I had some idea, like the segment last week at the end of the show, like the Jacob Fatu side of it as well. Like that was to elevate Solo to like top guy main event status, which that did. Like, I do feel like he's in a different atmosphere now after that. But I also, the most intriguing thing to me was the Jacob Fatu piece, because I could see a world where Jacob Fatu eventually aligns with Solo and like defects away from Roman. And kind of, you know, so like I could see it just create, and I like faction wrestling, so it created a lot of, it's a brand new faction, a group kind of out of nowhere, creates a lot new stories, matchups. I was a big fan of it. It took me by surprise completely. And it kind of a
CEO of one
way,
budgets.
Like, yeah, from like, you know, I feel like a lot of the problems that I've had with WWE the last year is that they haven't taken too many chances. Not that the shows have been bad. It's just, okay, safe.
Yeah.
This was not safe to end a Raw like that. Like, for how they've booked the last year and a half, it was kind of ballsy to do that. And I liked it.
And Pluggo, I mean, bold move, like JPJ said, especially with a team like OTM, who, yes, they have been in NXT for a while, and yes, we have seen Bronco Nima kind of show up with Paris Tamal in AAA, but the larger mainstream audience, I think that you're probably averaging on they're not going to know who these guys are. So you're taking two unknowns with Royce Keys, who only debuted about 8 months ago, but really hasn't had the chance to break through that glass ceiling himself to show what we knew that he's capable in AEW. Do you think that having Royce Keys lead a group so early into his run, especially with two relative unknowns, could be something that plays into their strengths going forward?
Could be. I was looking at this NXT roster, and I think there's 10 names, maybe even more, that you would have thought of before you thought of OTM coming up, right? You're just like, oh, okay, we're doing this, not on anybody's radar for a call-up. So in that aspect, that's awesome. Royce Keys is awesome, and he's needed some kind of direction, so maybe this gives him direction. Maybe this is the start to something where they'll bring somebody else in too. You never know, right? Like this could just grow. Yeah. But I love the idea of doing something different. I'm happy that if you're out there and you're one of those people that they never do anything different, it's always the same. This is as different as it gets. It's at the opposite side of safe. Like, it's two NXT guys that really didn't have that massive of a run. Like, they had a pretty solid run, but nothing like crazy and monumental. And then Royce Keys, like you said, who hasn't done much yet on the main roster, but here's an opportunity. You took out LA Knight, you took out Solo Sikoa, you took out the Bloodline. Like, we'll see what happens, man.
In literally one segment, Royce Keys as a potential heel and just how he was acting is so much more interesting to me than what he was doing. Podcast.
I want to give the comments here. Fernando says the Shield 2.0. I have a different idea of what group this could be.
Oscar, Tango, Meatloaf.
I love you, Fernando. But let's pull back the reins there. All right, let's pull back the reins.
I think my initial reaction was interesting. I was like, okay, all right. I kind of, again, blindsided, didn't really see that one coming, and it makes a little bit more sense why Bronco was kicked out of Perros del Mal over the weekend. Now that I'm like, okay. They wanted to do something different, right? Fingers crossed that his absence leads to Damian Priest joining that group. That's my fantasy booking. That's what I want to see happen. But yeah, I'm not going to fault them for going out on a limb. Like, they did something new. They're trying something new. This elevates Royce Keys. We are talking constantly about the same four people always in the title picture. They're giving us somebody different. They're giving main event spots to new people. So I'm not going to say I'm mad. I want to see how it plays out because it's WWE, and sometimes they they start off very well, and then it falls off a cliff for whatever reason. So I'm interested. I'm tuning in next week. They got me.
Yeah, and Fernando's comment, they should take out Roman next week. So I kind of want to look at this in two different ways because Fernando's thrown out Shield 2.0. My humble opinion is book these three like the ops. That's what worked for Hobbs as a heel in AEW. You can do the exact same thing with him. It's basically you've taken one of the largest pieces of that who has the charm, charisma, the in-ring ability to keep up with anybody on the roster. You just need to put a camera in front of his face every week. And I do think these three do need to have an interaction with Roman at some point. I'll just say before Money in the Bank at this point. Because if you really want to get this group over as not just only being a threat to Solo, LA Knight, potentially Jacob Fatu and the Usos, but Tribal Chief is now going to have to get involved in this because this is going to be there's interlopers in my empire. Who are you guys? I'm definitely going to have to stand up and get involved in this here. But yeah, they should probably get physical with Roman if these three guys want a shot at any credibility as a main event trio here.
Do we have 3 spots that we just filled for Money in the Bank?
Interesting.
I mean,
actually, yeah.
Solo,
I think
Royce,
and Jay
Uso. Yeah,
Jay.
because I think
Probably.
LA Knight's going to get the title shot.
That.
Yeah. I think LA Knight's fine. Yeah.
And then on the other side, it's probably Cody and Randy.
They just definitely added some intrigue into that road to Money in the Bank and all these stories with these three guys, like you said, and with the Fatu stuff where he's like, I only run the play that Roman wants me to run, right? The three of the whatever they decide to call themselves, OTM and Keys, could absolutely just beat up Roman Reigns 3-on-1 in some weird. I'm like, where were you guys at? What were y'all? You know, and then it adds to the bloodline. Like, are you guys with me or what's going on? And then you could have some real fun here. So because it'd be an interesting twist to see the bloodline getting beat up. We get because they had LA Knight and Solo did it the week before. You got this new group you could do it. It'd be interesting. We haven't seen that side of the bloodline in a while where they're completely fractured and just getting worked over all the time.
Yeah. And Jacob, that thing with Jacob, it's just that's the most intriguing part of this to me because yes, he was following orders. Roman literally yelled at him in the middle of the ring last week and said, "Hey, you don't touch him. Like he's for me. Don't do that." But then the tides turned, and instead of the families getting beat up, and he's just let it happen. He just let it happen. He let him walk out unscathed. Now he was following orders. Can I swear on him? Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, say whatever the fuck you want.
Roman is an asshole. He's been an asshole for 7 years.
Fuck no, you can't swear. What are you fucking talking about?
I assume, but I don't know. It's not, I'm a guest. But like Roman's been a prick for 7 years, guys.
Yes.
And we know that even though Jacob was following orders, Roman is not going to take it that way. And he's going to get angry at Jacob. And he's going to treat him like shit. And I'm just intrigued about where Jacob. I could easily see Jacob leaving or doing something like not like next week, but like not in the too far distant future.
Because I mean, you can almost see like Roman very much being like, you're smarter than that. Like, yes, I told you to pump the brakes, but you very clearly saw me getting my ass beat over here by Solo and LA Knight. Like, that would have been the time to at least ward them off. Even if you're not going to throw hands, at least step in the way here. And I like that wrinkle because they've made it clear from the beginning in this bloodline arc that Jacob Fatu is kind of a loose cannon. No one is really in charge of them. He has only said who he's acknowledging,
Yep.
Because he didn't want to be in this group to begin with. He lost to Roman and had to be.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really care.
When do you think we see Zilla? When do you think Zilla's going to get involved with the bloodline?
I mean,
so I'm glad you brought that. I kind of want to show you guys this quick graphic here, just because this is from one of our listeners here, Brandon in Florida, and here's what he sent me: potential War Games lineup here. So we got Team Fatu, Team LA Knight, Team Royce Keys. So if we're looking at it kind of in this context here, because I think we can agree that War Games could use a refresh instead of 5-on-5. Let's take this and see what we can do to kind of fantasy book towards what could be another Bloodline War Games.
I mean, they had, and I get it was promoting Heat Wave, but Zilla Fatu was on Monday Night Raw last night. Like, they gave him a personal vignette on Monday Night Raw, which tells me he ain't staying down there in NXT.
No.
At the latest, he's up here by War Games. At the latest, I have to think. There's no way he's down there long, even though I think he might win the title on Sunday. But anyway,
he's a guy. He's a guy that could win the title on Sunday and then do double duty and be like the Bloodline's taking over all the shows.
The NXT championship, like that would be the way to do it. Like have him with the NXT championship and
we've got the current, we've got the present, we got the future, all that kind of fun stuff. Like it could happen.
Yeah,
I would say Royce Keys would be great on Team LA Knight, but that's just eroded.
I have a sneaking suspicion though that Team LA Knight would be finished out with Penta.
Yeah, that was going to be my name as well, just because there's no way that there is a clean finish to that match, especially when you've got Royce and OTM, who are essentially mercenaries until we know kind of what their motivation is. It's only been speculation that kind of lines up with, well, Royce has been getting his ass beat when he hangs out with you guys, so maybe I need to go find my own crew that actually does have my back. So I just think, especially with these three on the loose, like these are, say what you will about the presentation of OTM and NXT. These are two big motherfuckers. Like there's no way that you can't figure out something to do with them so that way they are making an impact and they are a relevant team on the main roster.
I mean, that group as a whole are three mammoth individual. Like that group should be destroying everybody.
Yeah,
they are gigantic men.
Another name for Team LA Knight. Just stay with me. I know everybody's going to yell at me, but please don't. Is Seth Rollins.
You
like he's going to want to see the bloodline get eroded, and that's another way to go about it, man. Like. We're seeing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens again. So
where's Seth Rollins been, man? What has he been up to?
Finding himself.
I guess figuring out what to do after taking that loss.
Figuring out what to do because he can't feud with Punk and he can't feud with Roman because they've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah,
man, it really has been just that for the last 3 years, huh?
Pretty much. And,
yeah.
I mean, for him, they had to literally. Obviously, we're talking Seth, but like they literally had to move every top guy off of Raw because they already have dealt with Roman.
Yeah,
like the which again, I think it's working for them now because it's very clear to me that they got way more top heavy star power on SmackDown, but there's a lot of young guys that they're elevating over, or new, maybe not young, but like new to our eyes that they're elevating on Raw surrounding Roman and the Bloodline. So Raw kind of has that feel like we're seeing the Obafemis and Braun Breakers like kind of get elevated here. We're seeing OTM and Royce Keys get elevated. LA Knight finally getting a world title. You know what I mean? Like, so we're seeing all these things that we kind of have been hoping for a while happening on Raw with Roman. And I think Roman is on Raw. He's going to be the champion for a while, but I think he's on Raw to really make dudes. I think that's what he's like. Hey man, we're going to put some new faces around you. Like, you need to make them stars. And Roman's like, let's go.
Yeah. And I like that take because I mean, and we've kind of talked about this over the last couple of weeks because WWE gets mollywopped in the fall when it comes to ratings because of football. College NFL doesn't really matter. The numbers take a hit this time of year. But it does seem like now, more than usual, there is a concerted effort to attack that particular issue from two sides of the same coin. So SmackDown, we've already talked about the exodus of talent that have gone over to SmackDown, and now they've got Cody versus Randy. It looks like they're going back to that well, but it's not the let's get Pat McAfee involved and then he's not involved, but it's the actual we're going to talk about the 20-year history of these guys. And that's what's driving this feud. We've got CM Punk and Kevin Owens, another feud that is more or less also 20 years in the making as well. But these are, and then you've got the X factor of Sami Zayn, who's kind of just sticking his nose into everything because he feels like he was robbed from the WWE title. So you've got two major feuds that are anchoring SmackDown over there. And then over on Raw, we're now finally seeing the youth movement that we've been begging for. Jacob Fatu is in a prominent spot. Solo Sikoa is the belle of the ball and has broken out in ways that I don't think that anybody really expected that we would be talking about in 2026. We've got Royce Keys and OTM now, making their presence known. I mean, that's just talking about the men's division, not even the women's. But I do like that there finally seems to be some concerted effort to make falls feel a little less boring, because they generally do once SummerSlam is done. It's kind of, what do we need to do to get to War Games, and kind of telegraph that. But now there's a little bit of chaos here, and Royce Keys is the one that pulled the pin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're in for some fun stuff. I can't wait. We are.
And just in general, I know it's ending next week, but this tournament and the Lucha Libre matches happening on Raw has done such a wonderful thing for the in-ring aspect of Raw as well. Like that Dragon Lee Ray Phoenix match last night was just outstanding.
Felt like I was watching Lucha Underground.
Yeah, and it's just like that's been such a shot in the arm, and the ladies have been killing it. Roxanne, even though I would like to see Roxanne win matches soon, but Roxanne, Money in the Bank, yes. But Roxanne and Stephanie ruled last week. So Ruka and Lyra ruled. Yep. We're getting Ray and Penta, the Lucha Brothers, next week. It's gonna be incredible. Like, it's been a real shot in the arm for the. I feel like the wrestling has felt better the last 2 or 3 weeks on Raw than it had the previous year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, right.
Weird. Put wrestling on your wrestling show and people get excited.
Who'd have thought?
Crazy.
Crazy. I know. 1998, me watching WCW, seeing La Parka on there, just marked out.
Incredible. Yeah, I did too. I was like, wow, one of the great opponents of.
What am I watching? Nitro right now?
La Parka.
The chairman's back on prime time. I love it.
La Parka on Raw. Wow. What'd you think about it?
That's great. That's great.
Tremendous. He was my world champion for years in WCW NWO Revenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the coolest character out there.
Oh, the best. Anyway, yeah.
No. Memory lane. It's great.
Yeah.
I want to run something past both of you because I gave a hot take on yesterday's show.
He did. That was spicy.
Oba Femi and Braun Breaker at Sunday night's main event. I want Oba Femi to squash Braun Breaker.
Really? I think Braun's going to win.
Really?
Yeah, I think Bronson Reed's going to come back.
See, I think Bronson Reed's coming back as well. I just think non-finish.
That's fair. But oddly enough, I feel like of the two, Oba can handle a lot. I don't think Braun can lose.
I do.
Braun cannot lose.
I want to see the
the action, the collapse, the real collapse of Braun Breaker.
The real collapse. He just goes off on the Vision. He gets rid of Paul Heyman. He is just for lack of a better term, because of his former tag partner, the lone wolf, and just run through to the division to get back to the top and go, I am that guy. And I got distracted, and I was at a point where I wasn't me. Now I'm back. Let's do this again, and then you could build to something great. But I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't hate that at all. I wouldn't hate that at all.
I will say it was interesting to see him use Austin Theory with Oba, because of the tension that they had for a little while. I thought Braun was really kind of to do this on his own. So if you want to factor in the Vision stuff, maybe there's a world where Braun Breaker gets a win over Oba. Maybe it's not clean, and then that kind of spirals. But if you want to squash out Braun Breaker and completely build him up from zero, that's not
it's not a bad idea.
At this point in his career, I wouldn't hate it. And maybe if you would have told me that, last year when he was hot as ever, he's already teetering towards the bottom. He could get completely beat by Oba and realize, okay, I got to get my shit straight. And he leaves the Vision and he goes on a run, and then he reunites with Oba in a match 2 down the line. I wouldn't hate that. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing that I don't know, just stuck me as far as what Podcast Dad said is getting the distractions out of the way. I don't love the idea of referring to Heyman as a distraction. I think that may take away from any value that he may have later because of at least in, let's just say, since 2012, since Brock has come back, that wise man advocate, whatever you want to call him, it has been kind of otherworldly for Paul Heyman, minus Curtis Axel.
I do like referring to Paul Heyman as daddy, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he was like, your daddy, you want your daddy to sign this? And I was like, ooh.
I think that plays a factor into it,
It does.
Braun can go. Brock came back and you just ditched us. Like, what the hell happened there? And then now you're, all googly eyes over Obafemi. I know your history. I'm done. Like, I don't need you to get to the top. I'm
That's fair.
Okay. Himself.
And Braun laid into Heyman last night in that thing. Braun laid into Heyman. Like, he went at Paul. And that really, he's been questioning Paul here or there recently, but like, he really went after Paul there at the end. And even Paul, like, Heyman was like, what are you doing? Don't do this. And he left disgusted. And I thought, all right, like, that's starting whatever is going to come of this, which could be potentially Braun saying, fuck everybody. I'm out of here, dude. I'm going to,
Fernando, I'm supporting Mr. Cincinnati's love of the Bengals and Podcast Dad's love of the Eagles.
Remember who's on top. Go Birds.
I can flip it around, but you don't want to see the hair. Also, if you throw in Cody Rhodes saying, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler on Friday, you're just like, maybe Paul Heyman's going to live in a world where he's got Cody and Obafemi. That would be wild.
I believe I used the phrase homie hopping if Heyman actually pulls
Paul
this off.
Heyman is a homie hopper for sure, dude.
Yeah. The second Cody said that, it was like, that's happening.
He's like, I need somebody.
Yeah.
I gotta get. He's jonesing, man. He needs it. It's been a while since he's had a client.
That would be very refreshing for the product. I feel like if Cody were to actually do it and go heel, I think he's immediately like. He's the top, like, he's going to be incredible. Like, he's going to be the top heel in the whole company, and it's going to work and really, 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 really work. And
the argument, the argument that everyone has thrown out there is he's selling too much merch. He's selling too much merch. How much merch is the Bloodline selling?
A fuck ton.
Exactly. We're going to buy heel Cody Rhodes stuff. Like, because we finally have it.
American Dream Cody Rhodes. He'll go American Dream instead of Nightmare because he's Nightmare as the face. Be the Dream is the heel. And people are like, God damn, took his dad's name. What a piece of shit. I'm buying that anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
It will. That's just an excuse that they're using.
And then all these fresh matchups you have, like if he's heel, like, and then I just envision like him being like the gatekeeper almost to like the young. There's
so much potential.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it would be great when Drew comes back and see, like, I told everybody.
Yeah,
I just want to kind of see that too.
Yeah, and Fernando Flair always sold merch. Yeah,
look at all the top heels, the top heels, which Cody would be the top heel. They sell merch because guess what, guys? People like rooting for the bad guys.
Yeah,
the NWO is so like it'll work. It'll work.
Yeah. It's not like the Danhausen money they're making hand over fist won't help soften the blow.
Yeah.
Solo's merch has spiked 1,000% in the last 2 weeks. Like, they'll be fine. You got young guys. You got
they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
I don't think they're hurting for money.
John Cena turned heel. They were fine. He sold a shit ton of merch.
He's still number 3.
He's still top 5 now.
Yeah.
So they're okay.
Yeah, when he went heel, we all bought the shirt. Like that's a cool shirt. So it'll happen.
The fact that there will be children that will have never seen John Cena wrestle that will turn on wrestling for the first time ever, and he will still be in the top 3 of merch sales is just ridiculous. But that's just gotta love it. Let's move on to NXT. We got go home before Heat Wave. We got some really fun matches lined up here. I think that we have got. Let me pull up what I got in my notes here. We've got Callie Armstrong and Zarya going at it tonight. I gotta say, it's very rare that you can kind of see the future for certain talents, but I mean, we're seeing Kendall Gray and Callie Armstrong headline Evolve shows. We're going to see them headline NXT shows. we're going to see these two headline WrestleMania one day, and I can't wait for it. Just the level of talent between the two of them and the braggadociousness that Kelly Armstrong has and the physical tenacity that she has as well. I mean, this is going to be a great match with Zarya. What are you guys thinking of her run as Women's North American Champion so far?
Well, I was gonna let him lead. I'm kind of.
It's okay. Like, it's not what I wanted for her. And then, like you kind of alluded to it already, there's this influx of new kind of taking over. You're seeing it in NXT with like some of the quote unquote older guard, younger guard is kind of taking the shine away. And Zarya is great. Like, I like Zarya a lot. I just don't know if this run has done much for her, because the second she won that thing and she came out, everybody's like, you deserve it. They were behind her. They were like, we agree with you. So it hasn't done her any favors, but I don't know.
She was absolutely just in everything that she did.
But she's awesome. But yeah, Kelly Armstrong, I think it's the future here. I wouldn't be shocked if she's holding the NXT North American Championship.
Yeah.
And
to me,
Zarya's doing something else.
Yeah. For me, I'm a big fan of the talent. I'm a big fan of Zarya. To me, she's a main roster. She's a main roster character and talent to me. And I know she's the North American champion. I don't know if, she loses this to not tonight, I don't think, but like she loses it eventually to Callie or another younger talent and she goes up towards the main title. I don't know. But to me, I feel like she should be on the main roster. I just kind of get that vibe from her. I think her character and everything will be an even bigger deal on the main roster than it is in NXT. Yeah. But I agree with Pluggo. I think it's been
they'll just pair her up with Soul again.
If it's broke, don't fix it.
I have a booking idea for Zarya. She's the heater for Lyra.
I would love that.
Hey, that's not bad. Podcast dad. That's why the good. Eagles hat's on top, baby.
See, Lyra's my girl. Lyra's my girl. She's like I love Lyra.
Everything she's doing right now is
great. Yeah. That would be.
Yeah, I think that would elevate her.
Yeah, pound for pound. Event. Yeah, pound for pound, one of the best technicians and in-ring wrestlers they have in the whole company. She's incredible. Yep. That match she had with Sol Ruka was awesome.
That was Sol's best main roster match.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's well, I don't, like I said, I think that this is non-title match, but I think this will hopefully put Kelly Armstrong in the mix. We have got EK Prosper challenging Ray Phoenix for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. I can't read right now. I apologize. But Ray Phoenix wrestling all 3 days this week. I think he's on SmackDown as well coming up this week. But I think we got to hand it to them as far as what they've done with Ray Phoenix as of late. Podcast Dad has been clamoring for the Lucha Brothers reunion to happen. But I like that they have made, because we've already known Penta, massive star, like he's been over since he set foot into WWE. Ray Phoenix, it took him a little bit of time to kind of find his footing. He did eventually have a WrestleMania match, which was not in the card, so he did have that bonus. But they're now finally kind of positioning him as another major star, so that way when they do reunite, it means that much more for both of them. And EK Prosper is another one of those guys that we're going to be talking about in 5 years. Headliner, certainly having incredible WrestleMania matches and doing all kinds of cool shit on the main roster. But it starts here tonight, I think.
Yeah, this should be quite good. They are really showcasing Ray Phoenix in all aspects, because he's on AAA. He's a AAA champion. Now we're seeing him in all the shows. He's going to be on Raw again next week in the final with Penta. That is by design, because I do think that match next week is truly going to be the catalyst to getting these guys together and getting them together soon. I could easily, and especially Penta against Roman. The Bloodline gets involved. The Lucha Bros versus the Usos. That is the match. So I just look at that and I go, if you're telling me that's a potential Money in the Bank match, just a tag match with the Usos versus the Lucha Brothers, it's like, please have that open the show and give them 45 minutes.
Oof.
That's it.
Well,
And that, I don't get. They won't do that.
They're not going to
but
do that.
I know. But give them 20 minutes. Give them 20 minutes.
The inevitable split was also something that would also be very, because I'd love to see that at WrestleMania. Not necessarily in Saudi, but I do want to see that at WrestleMania one day.
Yeah.
Might be a 45-minute segment with 5 minutes of wrestling and 40 minutes of ads.
Yeah, I know. But still, like, I think, the shit's going to go down in that match with Roman, obviously, and Rey Fenix is going to come out there to defend his brother, and I think that's kind of when we're getting, like, they already did the face-to-face last night, and they looked at the camera, they called them the Lucha Brother. Like, it's here. Yeah. It's here.
Yes.
So.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Shout out to EK Prosper, dude, real quick, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
just a guy that like was on the indies crushing. Like I saw him in South Bend. And now he's like I don't think he's gonna win and move up to do the AAA thing. Although seeing what we've seen this week, anything is possible. I think he's got some things to do in NXT, but shout out to him, man. He's really coming along.
That moonsault is a thing of beauty.
Oh yeah. No, he's been one of the favorites to watch as far as this youth movement we've had coming in from Evolve, and it's just sky's the limit for him. We've also got, and I think this will likely be the main event. It's a weaponized steel cage match. Deion Lennox taking on Saquon Sugars. Please God, let this be the end of the Dark State feud. I thought this was over already, but this is
Even Sugars is like, bro, I don't care about being the leader of Dark State no more. Last week he was like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Even he knows this shit is old, needs to stop. But it'll probably
this will be fun. Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm.
I don't know,
wins, I guess, but
I mean, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's going to be a WWE cage with kendo sticks. Like, we know what we're getting, and I'm sure they're going to go for it. But I'm ready for both of these two to please do something different.
Yeah, this has to be the blow off. It's a TV feud. It is what it is. But yeah, I think and it reminds me a lot of what happened with the Judgment Day and Priest breaking off and couldn't necessarily find his footing as a single star because he's still dealing with them, even though he's world champion. Same thing with Rhea Ripley. They can't afford to make another mistake like that with another faction. I'm hoping that this is the end of it. I'm done with it personally. But
yeah, I agree.
Gentlemen, we are 4 days away from All In. How we feel, just excitement level right now. How are we feeling?
Very.
Boom.
Very. There's going to be a lot of good stuff on this show. There's going to be some big moments, some great matches. This is going to be. They've been building to this for, I feel, 2 years. They've been building to this, especially with Ospreay.
Yeah.
Are you surprised at all that the tag team title match is just 2 teams?
Very.
Yes, because the trios title match is going to be like 9 teams.
I think we were all thinking maybe this was the TLC, biggest
that was
kind of thing, and I'm a little surprised that we're not getting that.
Yeah, I think.
What was that?
It's coffee grinder back here. Don't mind.
Fast and the Furious.
No, we like the coffee. You grind those beans.
Vin Diesel, baby. Just
you grind those beans.
Shit,
that's Dwayne.
Shit.
Yeah. Listen, it don't matter if you win by an inch or
hit that Nas, baby.
Winning is winning. All right, winning is winning. Remember that.
You didn't even have your coffee grinder. Almost beat me.
We're getting ready for vacation, man.
Also,
you didn't even have your car.
How bougie is Mr. Cincinnati with this coffee grinder? Just get a Keurig like the rest.
He's
that's not a conversation to have with me.
When I grow up, I want to be Mr. Cincinnati with a fancy coffee grinder.
Me too.
Going on vacations.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what vacation means, but I don't want to alarm you guys. But I have an espresso machine.
I'd like to look good too when I get older.
Swanky.
That'd be great.
I have an at-home espresso, like an actual. I steam the milk in the winter.
I like that. Yeah, we got one of those too. Yeah.
Of course, I drink monsters like a champ.
Yeah.
Pluggo knows we've done stuff like I'm the guy that's like, all right, where are we going for coffee before we do any? No, I don't need coffee to function, but I'm like, all right, before we go.
I drink more coffee. I drink more coffee when I hang out with JPJ than any other time in my life.
10 years ago, when I was going on vacation, I would like Google what bars and restaurants to go to. Now I'm like, all right, where's the coffee shop?
I like it.
I need to know where the coffee.
To answer your all-in question, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
It's going to be good with some of the things that they're floating out there that might happen. Like, it'll be a good time. And it's an afternoon show.
I so appreciate that.
Yes. Oh my God, 1 p.m. start time. Bless on
a
the
Sunday.
East Coast. Oh please, you.
I'm
go
still gonna.
hours, bro. I'm
still gonna have to watch it at Mirage. My son's birthday is this weekend, so
I have to go to my nephew's birthday party.
I was like, hey,
but I gave my sister a talk, and I said, next time you check in with me, make sure it works for me. Yeah.
That's the good thing about the podcast, Mom. She's going to want to watch this. So we have no plans. Perfect.
Look, guys, whatever, and I do agree with you with the tag team stuff. However, I do think the trios match happens earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And I think, the big story is I think we're going to see Kofi. I think we're going to see Woods. I think we're going to see Daybreak, whatever they're going to call themselves.
Yeah.
And then I think later on in the night, I think the Young Bucks beat Copeland and Christian, and I think the New Day comes out for the stare down with the Bucks. I think we kind of maybe they push it to Dynamite, maybe for that big moment on Dynamite. But I think that's what it's happening.
Is that your way of saying that you don't think that Swerve and Kofi Creed don't win the title? Okay, interesting. Who do you think walks out with them?
The Dogs with Gabe Kidd in
England.
What?
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it's going to be
entirely possible, though, that Hangman Bandito and Brody can retain those things. They're a powerhouse team, too.
Yeah. And I think with the multiple teams, you can create a scenario where Swerve and the New Day don't win, but it doesn't really affect them because they're not involved, and it's not. Yeah. I feel like that wouldn't. You don't need to protect those guys, even though they're showing up for the first time. Like
Yeah, they're made men.
So, yeah, of course. So, and then I feel like you get the pop, you get the holy shit, they're here. There's this chaotic, crazy match where some cool shit happens. And then either later in the night or on that Dynamite, you get what everybody kind of is automatically thinking about, and that's the Young Bucks and the New Day. And you get that face down. You get that face. Yeah, and it's for the titles, and it's like, holy shit, this is really happening. And then the New Day should win those titles right the fuck away. Right away.
Yeah.
And then I think that's
right a fuck away.
Right, that you don't mess around. You don't mess around.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of not messing around.
Yes.
The Casino Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
We're all picking Ilya Dragunov, right?
To win it or show up?
Yes. Ooh. To win it.
Why the hell not? I mean, that
give me Ospreay Dragunov.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not always like, who this person should go right to AEW. But like when his contract lapsed and it was like, well, he didn't resign, so he's a free agent. And I was like, All In London, like,
yes,
like I think why not?
I mean, they had him champion when he came in. He got a title shot like immediately.
Because who's number one?
To win, but who?
MJF's in that thing. He's number one, right?
Yeah,
he's two. That's right. He's two. He's two. So we're gonna get.
They're going to have that blow off, I think, eventually. That I don't think that they walk out with it, but I mean, it seems like a slam dunk. I mean, we had been, kind of dream booking most of the summer, thinking, oh man, like whenever the contract is up, he should go. We didn't say that, with any sort of intel that this was something that was actually going to be on our bingo card in summer of 2026. But now that it's here, it's just like, I think this could be a Will Ospreay kind of groundbreaking signing for AEW, just given the talent, the athleticism, the charisma, the youth, and just the fan interest in seeing him wrestle, I think is going to follow him right to AEW, where it's just, give him the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a guy that if he shows up, you need to make it he needs to have an impact right away. Like,
plus, if he wins that thing, it gives MJF another like, oh, here's some new guy showing up, and it gives MJF another reason to be like, well, I got screwed. I didn't know this guy was going to be here. Blah blah blah. And you could even spin Ilya into an MJF feud if you want. Like, there's a lot of fun you could have with that. I'd be down. Are they going to do it? Is he signing? I don't know, but I'd be down.
Yeah,
it seems like such a layup for AEW. Like, it's just a no-brainer. I think another one too that maybe keep an eye out for in this match is, do we see Sheamus?
Is his what is his?
I think his contract might not allow it. His contract might be until
in October.
I think October.
It might be
or something like that.
Okay, he was.
But I bet you in a perfect world they would love that.
Oh my god,
yeah,
they would love that. But I think he's still got some time.
Damn the Fed.
Yeah. But look at Dragon. Look,
I think
he's free to. Yeah, if he's free to go, I mean, it would be malpractice not to bring him in.
Well, WWE wanted to re-sign him. He just didn't want to resign, so he's like, I'm going to let this thing.
I wouldn't either. I had a great U.S. title run, and you rewarded me with nothing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get on Mania because.
That's right.
How are they going to get all those ads in, man? Can't be having more matches.
You couldn't have him on Mania, but we got Baron Corbin. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we love some Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin's our dude.
He's our dude.
It's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But
he was on SmackDown shaving a title belt. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
At least they turned that into an angle.
I thought he was going to keep the furry title. I'm like, don't know. That is the most non-Baron Corbin thing ever.
Yeah.
Willow Mercedes. This one, I don't know. I'm excited for this match. Don't get me wrong. I don't know who wins this one.
I have flipped. I have been thinking, Mercedes is going to win the title no matter what. Here, even before she came back. But now, because of the way everything's gone, I've kind of flipped. I'm still on the fence. I'll make my final pick at this point, but like, I've kind of flipped, and I'm like, I think Willow wins. Kinda. I don't know. This is a toss up to me. It's not as slam dunk as I thought.
I loved Wednesday night between the two of them. I thought that was amazing stuff, by the way.
Yeah. And that's the way, I mean, like, we know that the intensity is there. I mean, this is because it feels like we should have gotten this match a couple of years ago at an All In, or another one of their marquee shows. But the initial ankle break that kept her out for a while, and then when she did eventually sign, it just kind of took some time to figure out what the program was going to be. It kind of seemed like she was having just a bunch of one-offs until she was able to find a few that they really wanted to put her into. But yeah, this one feel like these are not the same women from 3 or 4 years ago. Mercedes has always been at the top of her game. There's a reason that she commands the money and the respect that she does, but this is a very different Willow Nightingale, and I think that Mercedes could be underestimating that just because of prior experience.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I love the build. I love the feud. I still think this one's a slam dunk that Mercedes is going to win.
Yeah,
there's somebody. My bold prediction is somebody's not winning the world championship here at All In. So it's either got to be Mercedes ain't winning or Ospreay. And I believe it or not, I think there's some intrigue in Ospreay not winning, as much as there's some intrigue there. It would be crazy if it wasn't, but Willow has been on such a heater, and you did this thing where you put it. If you were just going to crown Mercedes, why not leave it on Tekla? That's the only thing that I'm like, that's why not? Because Mercedes, I mean, not that Willow needs like a Roman Reigns title reign, but she's good enough, and she's one of your most over organic baby faces in the company that she could have.
She's the purest baby face.
She could sustain a long run, right? Like she could go on for a while with that thing, and to shortchange her after what, a month,
3.5 weeks,
3.5 weeks or so, feels weird. But we'll see. But I'm very I could see them Mercedes holding up the gold at the end of the match, and I wouldn't be shocked. This would be my least confident pick of the night.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I've always had the vision of when Mercedes finally wins the AEW Women's title that she would be a babyface. That's kind of just always kind of been in the back of my mind.
She's a baby face to some of us, buddy.
She would be a baby. She is, and I love her. But like, I just always thought she'd be a baby face. And I thought when she came back, because again, I was thinking Tekla. I was like, this would be a perfect way to bring her back as a baby face. She fights Tekla, wins the title as a baby. I just kind of always thought that. I don't know. But I agree with Pluggo. Like, apparently this was the match that Tony wanted all along, but injuries and things, so they did it the way they did it. We're here, we got the match. Sure. It's been the best story. I just don't want Willow's first title reign to be a month. I don't need it to be 2 years, but like a month, that doesn't seem like enough for me.
She's certainly too talented to have that kind of initial title runs, and because she is essentially an AEW homegrown talent. And with Mercedes, there has been a story of I've been Ultimo Monet, and then she's experienced the downfall of it. I do like the idea, much to you guys' point, of Willow retaining, and it's just this. And when I say you, I mean Mercedes. You don't get to essentially be an asshole, collect all these belts, and then the losing streak hits, and you think, okay, well, the one way to get my confidence back and my self-esteem back is to go after the world title. You're not getting it that easy, So I like what you're saying about having to have that babyface moment, a little bit of humility of like, oh man, I really have been kind of an asshole here. But another one's got me excited. We got the Continental Cup coming here, the finals. So at least looking at how they've got the matches listed here, because we don't have the final set, we're talking Mox or Claudio against Kyle O'Reilly or Nigel McGuinness. It feels like another Kyle O'Reilly versus John Moxley encounter, and I don't see Mox walking out this time.
I have a completely. I think it's going to be Mox and Nigel's going to lose and retire in England.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like that. Yeah,
that's a very good one. Yeah,
that's what I think. Did you watch Collision over the weekend?
Not yet. No.
Okay. The show was good. If you have the time, watch it. But there was specifically a backstage segment that was filmed after Dynamite when Nigel won his match to get to the semis, and it's with him and Will Ospreay. Obviously, it's with him and Will basically says something along the line. They both got beat up because Will went through the table, and they're just in the trainer's room. Yeah, and they're asking each other how they're doing, and Will goes, "Hey, I have more confidence that you're going to win this tournament than I do winning the title at All In." And Nigel kind of leans in as like, the veteran guy that's basically like, you need to win this for England. Like you're the best person that's probably ever come out of the country. Like you need like that type of promo, but it is so good. Right. It is so good. I loved it. And I was just like, yeah, Will's not losing, man. I said, Will's not losing with that type of, it was one of those type of promos where it was like, that was, So I love the matchups. With obvious, and I actually thought it was me and Pluggo actually thought it was going to be Moxley and Claudio this past round because Claudio cut that promo that was like, I don't care who I have to, and he ended up fighting another Death Rider.
I had White and Mox in the finals. They went a completely different route than I wanted, but then that little Daniel Garcia got thrown into the mix with Death Before Dishonor, and that promo he cut was kind of weird, where he was kind of throwing some shots at Mox and Claudio. He kept saying, "I'm just playing," but I was like, we'll see how that goes. But I don't hate Nigel retiring there, but I also don't hate Kyle O'Reilly and Mox running it back one more time.
For sure.
Were fun. Those were fun matches
for sure. I just the whole story, and I think it worked out right because Kyle O'Reilly is the submission guy. He had Orange Cassidy tap out, and Nigel has the ankle injury. Kyle's going to attack the ankle. It's just like the perfect matchup for Nigel. And I just, and again, if it wasn't in England, I would probably feel kind of how you feel, Mr. Cincinnati. Sure. But the fact that it's in England and Nigel, it's clearly been wrestling a decent amount these last year or so, a couple years. Yeah. He didn't wrestle for a long time because, he was banged up and injured. I kind of feel like having that match at All In where because that match is going to be back and forth and he's going to take Moxley to the limit. And there's going to be a few times where that English crowd is going to be going nuts because they think he's going to win. And then he comes up short and he kind of leaves the boots in there and he gets his swan song in front of his I think that would be a great moment if that were to happen.
Yeah, and Fernando Claudio winning would be very interesting. I think that and this is maybe just because we get so into the weeds of it that having Mox lose the title before you even go into the tournament. I think that's also, I mean, that's a huge kind of move to make, especially when Mox has kind of been the face of that division for as long as he has. It was incredible in last year's Continental Classic. Like this, as great as Claudio is, that's I don't necessarily see that particular split anytime soon, especially because we've also thrown out potentially in October the arrival of Sheamus. If he does sign with AEW, could Claudio and Steve Fairley split off, reunite the bar, or does he become a Death Rider and adds to this group as well? So I mean, I still think that there's some more stories that could be told here, but you can tease the frustration of brothers in arms fight at times, and this is just one of those times. It's never been anything personal. It's just this is about championships and prestige.
And they fought before. They had some fun matches. They got past it. But yeah, you would either, the way they put this, if this Continental Cup was at any other time, you'd probably go, I could see Mox losing in the middle of it. And we do, but with it being butted up against All In and the winner going to All In for the final, you either have Mox lose in the first round to Jungle Boy, or he's got to go all the way to the finals and lose it there. We can't. We're not gonna pull John Moxley out of All In a week or 5 days before. Yeah. Unfortunately, I love Claudio too, but man, it's just it would be a weird thing to like. Whoop, we're just gonna have a new champion at All In and not have Mox on the card.
Yeah, and like
wouldn't be good.
No, and can we just say Moxley is just fucking awesome. He's just awesome. And when he first won I did not have him picked to win the Continental Classic last year. When he won the title, I was like, what? All right. Yeah. And he's just had such a great run. He's just having banger matches every week, just doing his thing. The guy fucking rules. He rules. Yeah. And that's it. That's all. He's just awesome. So
no arguments.
Yeah. Speaking of awesome, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Awesome. Gentlemen, as we sign out and get out of here, where can everybody find you on social media? What do you got coming up? Where can we keep up with you?
You want me to go first? You want me to go first? Do the thing. Okay. Sometimes you like to go first. I don't know. Well, I am Pluggo. If you search Pluggo, you could. My face pops up on all social media platforms. Right now, I got an interview with Raw GM Adam Pearce up on Love Wrestling. I got my SummerSlam interviews up. Cody Lane's interviews up. I got a lot of stuff going up. I got some interviews coming up. So go to Pluggo to see what we got going on. Go to Love Wrestling CA for all the people that don't follow us there as well. And then with this gentleman, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Between Two Beards over on Love Wrestling. Go to @B2Beards on all socials to keep up with what we got going on. We got Jeff Hawkins coming on this week to talk All In and preview some NFL football. So you'll want to tune into that. I do 4 Exposure every weekend with Blair Pacheco. Go to @4 Exposure Pod there where we talk independent wrestling. We do Dynamite Up over on Body Slam with this guy and Drew Nicholas. I also contribute over at the Main Event Wrestling Network. I don't know if I do too much stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So there you go. I did it.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Proud of you, babe.
I didn't even stutter that time.
Listen, I was just sitting here.
I'm getting good at it, dude.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was nice. You can follow me, JPJ Loves Gaming, on all social media platforms. He told you where you can find me on Thursdays at Love Wrestling and Wednesdays on Body Slam right after Dynamite. Sunday afternoons, Fightful overbooked. Me and Auntie Collins have a show called Coast to Coast where we talk about wrestling, a lot of baseball talk. We're big baseball fans, so we get a baseball talk and just kind of talk a little bit of everything there on Sundays. And I stream some games on Twitch a couple times a week. Not great at them, but it's a fun time. I get angry a lot. I am from Boston. That's where you can follow me and do all that fun stuff. And I watch along to Raw every Monday, and stuff like that. So come hang out. So,
well, gentlemen, it's always great to see you. Thank you so much for pulling up a seat tonight. Let's not let the time pass as fucking much as it has since until we get together again. But thank you guys once again, and we'll be seeing you around.
Once you get back from that bougie vacation, we'll have to have you guys come on Beards, man. It's been too long.
I'm gonna give me a couple of weeks. Let me grow this out a little bit. And
after you get the vacation beard going,
you let us know. Yeah, you let us know when you are both. I mean, you let us know when you are proper and you want to come on, and we'll make it happen. So.
I can't do that. I'm more like an Andrew Luck kind of guy.
Yeah. That's all right. We don't. We'll do it.
And look, it's true. Before I met the Beards, I did not have a beard.
He did not have a beard.
It's contagious, man. It's contagious, man. I'm telling you.
Gentlemen, thank you again, and we'll catch you around.
All right. Thank you, boys.
Thanks. Thank you again to our friends at the Beards for joining us. Thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. As always, you can find us on X, TikTok, and Buzzer at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're having so much fun here. There's a huge table over here. Pull up a seat. Come hang out. We're having a blast. The Beards had a great time here. Fernando was in the chats and just being fucking awesome. Always. You can be part of that too. So like, share, subscribe. Shout out to our friends at Turnbuckle as well as Body Slam. We will be back next Wednesday over on Body Slam. Follow the Scrap, scan the QR code for Pro Wrestling Tees, and then follow us on Hot Tag. I know. That's all of them. That's all of them.
Remember, we only had like 3. No, just kidding. I said that last week too. Hey, have fun. Be safe. Don't do anything dumb. Love you. See you guys next week.
That's Podcast Dad. I'm Mr. Cincinnati for the Beards. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. And until next Monday, enjoy those grabs.